right. Looks good. Checking the gate, making sure that we are good to go. And I believe we are. And we are live. Hey! Happy Friday, skewers. Welcome to another lunch stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host with the most and part of the RSG crew. And we are glad to have you here on this Friday. TGIF, mother effing F. Just... Thank God it's Friday. It's time for the weekend. It's time to have some fun. We got some fun stuff for you today. So for today, we're going to do the lunch stream like we always do. And then we're going to do GAC. First round, I'm facing an awesome guildie of mine, Seabass. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we are glad to have you guys aboard for our fun times that we are about to get into. So glad to have you guys here. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks. This is our lunch stream where we just hang out with you guys for the next hour or so. We're going to answer questions. So if you have a question, go ahead and pop that in the chat. Make sure you put a question in for your statement, and we will scoop that up. And by we, I mean me. And say hello in chat. We'd like to shout out everybody that's in there. So if you'd like to say hi and everything, or a greeting, please go ahead and put that in there. Skewers Unite. Get in there, say hello, introduce yourself to the world. We'd like to get everybody mixing in and getting to know one another and staying hi so we can shout out your name. So, great group of community, and we'd like to make sure we recognize you guys. Also, if you could, stop what you're doing, give me a thumbs up on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitch. If you haven't followed us on Twitch and subbed over there, you need to, because that's where we're doing GAC. Right after this, we're going to go right into GAC. It's going to be a lot of fun, and so you make sure you do that. If you haven't become a Patreon member, maybe consider becoming a Patreon. We're over $800 in Patreons. You guys are insane. We can't do this without you guys. It's really opening up stuff for us to do for you guys. More streams, more content, on top of everything else you guys do. So, yeah. So, glad to have you guys here. It's always a pleasure to have you guys a part of the RSG family. Anything else on that front? Nope. As you can see in front, we've got Vader's Cup of Plenty. If you would like to donate through Super Chat or Twitch or whatever makes you happy, please do. Stuff falls from the sky. We got all kinds of funny stuff that drops. Anything you do while we're live will pop in, whether you become a Patreon, you subscribe, you follow, you donate. All that stuff will pop up on the screen so you guys get recognition for all your stuff you're doing to support us. That being said, I think that's all the mechanisms. So here we go. And let's rock and roll, as Grim would say. And speaking of Grim, he's here. Grim the Mechanic's here. What's going on, Grim?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Also joining us from Takedown Games, we've got Stoner Jedi himself, Xylo Takedown.
TGIF.
Yeah. What's going on? So that's who's with us right now. If anybody else pops in, I'm sure we'll say hello. You never know. You never know who's going to pop in. We'll see what happens. But it's time to the weekend. Let's kick this pig into gear and let's rock and roll. And then we'll go through some stuff. And then, we'll do like we always do. We'll suffer through depression. I already rolled the mods. I already got the mods, so we'll go roll them. And Ranger will suffer through depression. And then you guys will laugh. And then we'll do a roster review like we always do. And then, so just typical stuff. But make sure you get your questions in, guys, so I can scoop that up. And remember, question in front of your statement or I will not see it. So help me help you. Help me help you. So there you go. It's a Dutch door kind of thing. All right, let's see who's in the chat. Let's shout out everybody. We got Utah. He said, hello, awesome and amazing RSG people. Hello, Utah. Matt Bailey's here. He says, gracias and good morning, gentlemen. Thank you, Matt Bailey. Waffle Dolphin, what's going on? He says, hey, howdy, hey. That's a different, like, howdy, howdy, ho, dear neighbor. Yes, and diddly diddly. Dr. Feelgood, he's the one that makes you feel all right. Says, happy Friday to one and all. Who else we got in here? We got Slap Meathead. He said, oh my God, Ranger just blasted my ears. Well, I apologize about that. Slap Meathead.
It's problematic.
Gruffalo says, howdy, happy Friday, y'all. Hey, Gruffalo, glad to have you here. DSP says, what's up? DSP, I'm facing Seabass 48118 from our guild. You should come join us when we fight this epic fight coming up in GAC. Hope it's going to be a lot of fun. Nev's here. Just was watching him live. Couldn't really say much because I was running around with my head cut off. But he says, hello, Governor. Hello, Nev. Tim Beddard says, good day, Ranger. Thank you, Spaceman Tim. Lord Megatron says, happy Friday, Ranger in RSG. Thank you, Lord Megatron. Mikey Must Mike says, happy Friday. Darth Vader 87 says, hey, Ranger. Anakin is too OP in GOTV. Yeah, Padawan Anakin is really upset about sand, and he makes you pay for it.
Yeah, I faced him twice yesterday.
Oh, God,
him.
I hate him so much. Oh God, I can't wait till
till
we're able to just beat his ass to death, man. Seriously, when we get, I'm so motivated to get my separatist up just so I can just beat that piece of crap. Darth Teflon says hello there, Darth Teflon. Janik B says TGIF. Thank you, Janik B. DSP says, good job on Operation Metaverse Silo. Well, let's not give him too much credit. He didn't really do anything, all right? It's more of his apprentice threatening him in the background that made that happen. So, but you haven't checked that out, you should. Yes, it was a good job.
It. That's really cool, though.
Yes. Chaos13 says, what's up, Ranger? What's up, my fellow military buddy? Ouchie Dumpling says, hola, lunchers. Hello, lovely Ouchie. Spider with the big wave. Thank you, Spider. Chicken Gaming with all kinds of stuff. We got chickens and hand waves and thumbs up and more cockadoodles. Better be careful, the Chicken Grande might show up. I'm just warning you. Proper Catch says TGIF. Glad to have you here, Proper Catch. Dark Lord Darth Coco with the devil sign. Glad to have you here, buddy. Fetty Chico says, what's up? What's up with you, Fetty Chico? Let's see here. Anybody else we've seen this updating? Gav P says, hey Ranger, happy Friday afternoon from Liverpool. Big hey to the RSG peeps. Glad to have you guys here. So with that, if I see your name when we come in, I try to shout out everybody I can. If I see your name, if I missed it, I apologize. I shout out eventually you get your name shout out. I do shout outs all the time. But if I missed it, I'm going to be looking in the chat. We're watching it live. And if I see your name, then of course I'll shout you out. But if I don't take it personally. If you just missed it, we'll get you eventually. Paul Braccamonte says, Ranger, can I get a birthday week shout out? You damn right. If you want me to do it in a voice, let me know, Paul. Is there any kind of voice you want me to do for your birthday week shout out? I would be more than glad to do that. I do that for kids and stuff all the time. So kids really like Kermit and Yoda. But if you want me to do a voice for your shout out, Arnold, anybody you know that I do, please, and I'll do that for you. The lovely L. Kelly says, question, did anyone get 4-4 in a combat mission in Phase 4 of GOTV last time? Not anybody I know here on this panel. Xyla, did you get any?
From day 3, I still haven't done
day 4.
Oh, day 4? No.
I know even the NW1 guys, our top guild, was like, oh no.
Might not even get one Gear 13.
No, you'll get 1 star. You buy. You buy. No 4-star. Sorry, Kelly. It's going to be a while before we were demonstrating in high proficiency in the 4 stars of Phase 4. I mean, that's just where you just go in there and get slaughtered. Hey, Slashford Rhodes, he's like, nom stream. Ski Trooper says, how many O's go at the end of that? No. Lots of O's. I know, right? No. Where's Padme? Oh, Jesus. Rangers, hit me up with the birthday it is. Happy. I hope you are. Okay. Paul Braccamonte?
Falcon. Are you crying?
No. All right, so he wants me to do Yoda. Okay. Birthday it is. Happy. I hope you are. Old you become like me. There you go. For our good friend Paul Braccamonte. BCM is in the house. Says hello, Skewer. So the Jedi says hello, everyone, with a wave. My Trick says that was an excellent Vader. No, I do a lot of voices, so what can I say? Nat Swarm with the wave. Hey, Nat Swarm, we're popping in. The skewers are slowly funneling in. Kelly says, laughing out loud. Glad it wasn't just my guild. No. I mean, we're 230 million plus, and we got Raffle stomped, and we're prepared to get Raffle stomped again. So I think I'm very clear on that, right, Silo? You know, I mean.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stream the misery. I'm gonna watch the suffering and watch.
It's brutal, man. Phase 4, man. God dang. I mean, it's just one of those things you're gonna need gear 12 plus 13. Yeah, you know the characters done. I mean, it's pretty awful.
Yeah,
I bet you
super god mods.
Mm-hmm,
Right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I bet you even TI was like, oh, that was a lot tougher than.
Oh yeah, Warriors talking about like, oh my god. Even Loki was talking about it because he's in TI, yeah. And they were just like, it's crazy. Paul Bacramonte with the waves. BR's Agon's here. He says, hello, everyone. Devil's Treasure says, sup, Ranger. Sup with you, homie. So there, we got some more names shouted out. All right, I'm just delaying.
Well, real quick before we get into it, actually, now that we were just talking about that, maybe potentially a level cap in the next couple months or the next year.
Yeah, I think so, but
as the content evolves, right, the level cap evolves. I mean, it only happened once, but at a time where the game changed drastically, right? And that's happening now, right? The game's changing drastically, and I think a level cap increase, regardless of if it's 5 or 15 more levels, I mean, that's a big change, right?
Yeah. All right, so it's now time for America's favorite game show, Ranger Suffers Depression from Mods. And this is where Ranger J 1999 is going to go in. I have already acquired the mods that we will be rolling today.
Ooh.
Trying to get those elusive mods to hit that speed that we so desperately need to be more competitive than we already are. So I have already got the mods, so we're filtering by speed and yada yada yada. So let us see what will happen. I'm trying to be positive here about this, but there's only so much positivity you can have when you're getting raffle stomped by the mods. Now we did get a gold. We did get a gold from rolling, mods. That's a gold mod with 3 speed. However, I'm worried, Xylo, the damn thing is showing tenacity. And you and I both know that goddamn mod is going to hit 4 on that tenacity. All right, I'm just saying. But we're gonna go for it.
I have a fever, and I need.
It's crazy.
20 speed mod.
It's crazy. The mod rolled tenacity.
Meanwhile, back at the CG headquarters, there's one.
Meanwhile, at the halls of doom.
Going.
I know, they're like, oh, Ranger's rolling mods. That little bastard said some mean things about me. God.
They have a button specifically for you.
I know, Nev. We're gonna create an intro for that. Get some game show music. I know.
Some cheap date music or something.
All right, mod, I need you to work with me here. I've got a lot of mods today. Come on, mods. This has been a bad week. It's been a very, very, very bad week. You know what? Gruffalo just popped in. Hey, Gruffalo says, I have the need for speed. If you guys have not seen the new Maverick trailer, you need to go watch
Jesus,
it.
yes.
God, that just got me It's nice. All right, but we're delaying. We got a roster review to do, guys. We got to get through this. So we're gonna upgrade this mod. We're just gonna go all 15 because it's a gold mod. You already know it has speed on it. So here we go. Come on, mod. I need you to work with me. Come on, mod. Work with me. God, please work with me. All speed. Okay. Hey, it hit 4 speed. 14 speed. Okay. All right. We're that's a good sign. I wish it had a little bit more. I wish it had been a little bit more on all the speeds, but you know what? I'll take that. That is a good sign right off the bat.
You know what we call that? Bait.
Yeah. This is where it goes. It's all downhill from here, folks. Damn it. All right, so that mod's going to go on somebody. That's a nice mod. I'll take that. I wish it did a little bit more, but it's okay. Beggars can't be choosers. And you can't complain about that. Oh, that blue one I thought was a 5 dot. It's a 4 dot. That sucks. All right, we'll sell that sucker. All right, let's upgrade these green mods. Of course, we want to take these to 9. 9! It hit speed. Okay, not bad. Let's see if it hits speed again. It didn't hit health, but it's a possibility to roll. We'll keep that one, because if it hits 6, we'll keep rolling with it. All right. Because all these mods here, I got to roll. Eventually, I'm going to just stop and just roll all these 4 speed ones, so I think that's what I'm doing moving forward, but everyone likes this. Let's see if we can get something good. I think we've shot our load already. Yeah, I think we're going to get not much in the form.
Still at 14.
Hey, I'll take it, man. At this point, I'm just so happy. All right, 3 speed on a triangle. It's defense.
Is it going to be a 19 or a 20
We'll
or
see.
60?
Because the last 3 one we had hit, so we'll keep that one. We'll roll that one. Let's see. We'll do the next one. We want to, because these are gray. We want to roll them to 12. See what all 4 stats are. Another 3 speed. Okay. I am going to keep these because last time we got a hit a 6, and then that mod went up to 15. So we'll keep going there. All right. So not bad. We're hitting speed. Let's not dick around. Let's just keep seeing what we get. I mean, I'm sure the speed train is going to end here, probably on this mod. And the game is, yeah, no, the game is spinning because it's like, I guess I rolled too many mods. Now the game's going, nope, no.
They just sent you their code.
Mm-hmm. This is like, wait a minute, Ranger's rolling speed. Get that crap out of here.
Push the button. Push the button.
Nip that in the butt right now.
Come on, man. Yeah, the game's like not liking the fact that I'm rolling mods. Christ. Come on, game. Catch up. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Don't just spin. Give me a stat.
Quick, he's about to hit speed. Unplug everything.
What the hell?
Let's start saying our hell mods and our bananas.
I know. Hell mod, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. There was an error with your connection, my ass.
See, I told you.
Ooh, it hit 5 speed. They were trying to unplug. That was a 5 speed. And see, I knew there was something going on. This is a goddamn conspiracy. We're going to slice this one immediately. We can't. I need... Alright, I'm going to use 50 because this is a 5 speed. This is... Alright, here we go. We need to get this one. I would love for this one to hit 2. We're on the speed. I'm feeling the speed on these, so... Please, oh mod, oh great and powerful mod. Oh, and I have to go find the damn thing again. God damn it. Where are you? There. Where are you? There you are. Lock you. Alright, here we go. We're gonna slice this. Come on. I'll just take 5 speed. I don't care about 6. Just work with me, mod. Look, mod, we've been through a lot. I know there's defense showing there, and usually you like to hit defense, but could you find it in your heart to at least give me some speed on this next hit? You know you want
to. That old lady at the casino that you see praying before she pulls the one-armed bandit's arm.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. I've talked to the mod. I think we're in a good place. Crit chance.
Alright, see, today was definitely an example of laws of averages right there.
Yeah.
Like, we got a good amount of speed, but we ended with...
But it is 5 greens, so we could roll it again and see what happens. So I'm okay with that because I'm being greedy, but you know, so that's okay. That's okay.
I would take today as a good day for sure.
All right, we're getting speed on all these. 4 speed on this one. Okay, we'll take that. We're gonna roll all these grays. Before in the past, I would just sell them like it wasn't 5 speed, but then I realized I'm stupid when someone brought it up to my attention. Like I should roll, see those hit 10. All right, here we go. Okay, that didn't hit anything, and then we have the blue. All right, so we'll sell these that didn't hit. We're not rolling that stupid 4-dot mod. Get that crap out of here.
That right there's still pretty good hold there, boy.
No, it's not too bad. We got ourselves a nice mod. Let's go see if we can put that mod somewhere there, dang nabbit. Let's go check. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into these characters here. See, we gonna check them speeds, right? So what we wants to do, we want to go in here. We gonna sort by speed our entire roster, right? We got all these characters of speed, and we gonna hit that damn mod button. We gonna go in here and look and see who could use a good old speed mod. We gonna look up them mods. Who's got a square that ain't too squarey? That's lucky. Alright, we got us an R2, we got us a Padme. We could go a lot of different ways here. We could put it on Spirit. We could put it on who else we got up in here? Well, Emphas already got the speed. We don't need to put Stark already got a nice square. Let's see here. We could go well, there's a lot of ways we can go with this damn mod. Let's see. Let's check old R2D2. Check that damn mod on old R2D2. That's a 4 speed. I think we're going to put that speed on that old R2 because that's a good speed right there. All right,
That right there's a good call, Boba.
that's a good call. I'm gonna put his speed up at 271. We gonna go with that. I like that. That's a good one on R2D2. We can always go back and check it, but we gonna go with that one. There we go.
It was like I was watching a NASCAR race.
I know, Cartman and your butters. All right. So that was mods. Wow, did remodel? What do you mean, Brigars? That's a perfect R2 modding session. What are you talking about? He's 271. He had potency on him. I don't see, what did I put on R2? I have been moving mods around a little bit. Yeah, potency. Oh, for Christ's sake, I forgot. I'm such an idiot. I need to rechange that. Oops. I forgot.
What you do now, right?
I just realized, I'm like, oh no, I need to change something. What did I need to do? I needed to put a potency on. That's right. So,
I like more offense on him though. He shares that offense.
yeah, I mean, but I do like to get the potency on there. So I'm going to lose 7 speed. If I go here, I lose 2. Hold on, let me fix that. I knew I was... Good catch there, Briere. So, like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, yeah, I forgot I did that. Like a dumbass. All right. What do we have in the form of potency? We don't... Is that a 30? No, that's a 12. So, we're going to keep that one. No, we can't. We got to go... Let's see if we go speed sets there. And then go... Potency. Oh, god damn it, now I have to figure out what I did here. Okay, give me a second, folks. I know I can do this. Alright, I gotta make a note here to fix old goddamn R2D Toa. Alright. I want to keep that, but I'm gonna need a potency.
Still, I mean, like, his secondary stats are all about sharing. You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to him being like... I mean, like, the burn's important, too, though.
Yeah, we can do this, too. That's 11. I'll lose 6 speed, though. Damn it. I don't want to lose that. I'm going to have to remodel this whole... Alright, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in here and do potency and just see what I got. Let's see. I need a cross. Who's got a cross on there? Chirpa! I'm sorry, Chirpa, but, I need you. I need that. Give me that. There we go. No, wait. Oh, no. That's wrong. No, go back. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not the one I want to do. I want to do the arrow here.
Hey, real quick, too, while Ranger's doing that, actually, Grim, can you break down a little bit about Newt's kit for Rayrock? Rayrock was talking to me earlier about having some trouble with understanding the extortion and the exchange for that, too.
What do you mean by just how it works, or
like the exchange between like the extortion and then them getting profit too as well, like, and then the benefit of spreading it more, right?
Well, you know, it's mainly you got to put it on people that are already damaged. Otherwise, the AI won't use it. They'll just sit there on top of their head if they're, you know, if they still have protection. They will never use it. And they don't use it if they have healing immunity above their heads, which kind of is kind of.
So how do you
generally
strategize your Newt then? Yeah.
Well, for me, if they still have extortion above their heads, I will target them to put extortion again up. It's difficult on offense because sometimes the AI will not use your extortion to put profit above your guys' heads. So that's why I kind of stopped using Newt as lead, because the AI wasn't working correctly for it. But
right. Well, okay, I can give you an example of what he wants to use Newt for. He's going to use Newt for the Padme event, right? So, like, what do you think would be, like, his best bet? Because he doesn't have, like, you know, the best comp for the team, I'd say, right? But he's planning on using Newt. Yeah.
Yeah, for that one, you will want to use him as leadership. Because when you do manage to get extortion on somebody, it'll when they take their turn, they'll dispel all the buffs above their head and then give extortion to somebody else unless they actually use extortion to heal themselves. And against the Padme team, that's actually really good because they're gaining buffs like mad.
Yeah, and it's just killing them on their own, basically. Right.
And I mean, the also if you're using it on somebody that already has extortion, it'll pass extortion to another character, so you can spread it that way as well. Yeah.
All right, I got that fixed. Got the mods fixed, so there we go. All right, let's get to our roster view. I'm sure our person's been patiently waiting.
Real quick, I got to clarify something. Revenator, there is AI on offense, the AI you're fighting. And the AI that you're fighting doesn't like using extortion in certain, using their extortion to heal themselves and give your guys profit. The AI doesn't like using it for some strange reason.
So there they have it. All right. Today we are doing Sean M's profile. Let me pull that up here. Here we go. There he is. There's old Sean M. And he is in... Is that Pi Rogue Squadron? I can't tell that symbol's too small. It looks like Pi. Rogue Squadron. So shout out to your guild, and we're looking at Sean M's profile, and he says real quick, GA and TW focus mods. Where to go after getting separatists and droids done? Should I gear Malik first or GOTB characters? Let's talk about that first one. He's doing all right in Arena. He's doing all right in Fleet. He could be doing better. 4.4 million. I heard you, Finn. I'm ignoring you, you bastard.
Why? I'm here.
Yeah.
Hi, Finn.
Why do you sound like you just woke up from a nap?
Yeah, right?
I have not. I have been up since 6 o'clock working.
Oh, did you get everything squared away, Finn?
With work?
Yeah.
Kinda?
I mean, my services are still available, Finn. No one should cause you grief but me.
It's all good. So we did a bunch of changes yesterday. Sorry, I'm derailing the roster review. So
no, he's not going anywhere.
We made a bunch of changes yesterday, and this morning I started my data analysis, and it's like, oh crap, we have another issue. So we met this morning and worked on it, and they're getting ready to release changes. So yeah, so should be better.
Now that I have you here, Finn, we got a lot of good stuff coming down the pipe for RSG.
Yeah, we do.
So can we tease the folks out there? I mean, I ate the world's hardest chocolate on Wednesday. If you haven't seen that,
I'm getting ready to clip that into a separate video.
We took that like a boss.
Yeah, you did. You both did. It wasn't as much fun. So
I'm sorry. Yeah, Team Money was really upset that we weren't
I had fun.
She wanted us to basically be crapping our pants.
Ronnie turning red was all you needed.
Yeah, his eyes watered up. Now me, it was just my throat looked like I had a rash, and I was like the snot.
Yeah, so we have that. We also have some Grand Arena Championship videos that are coming out. For those of you that donated to the American Cancer Society reward for the Good Old Maurice dance video with commentary, I plan on finishing that by the end of Saturday. So that either Saturday or Sunday or Monday, I plan on getting that out, just depending on how long it takes to render. So Sunday or Monday, I hope to have that out for everyone. I mentioned it on Twitch yesterday for those of you guys that were watching that. So there is an announcement about some stuff for next year on the Twitch stream. So I'll leave that there. Yeah, we have some stuff coming.
All right, let's get into this roster review. Let's attack this. So we want to focus on. Let's talk about this Malik issue. Let's talk about it. We don't know when it's coming back. At this point, we have no earthly idea of what in the hell is going on with Malik. However, we do want to be prepared for him, right? So, we're talking about, we're going to get into, should you start gearing your separatists and droids, or should you gear Malik first, right? We don't know when Malik's coming back. I've been telling people, well, make sure you have the gear for Malik, and then anything excess after that, start putting into your characters that you're working on. I think that's the best strategy you can have. So you have everything you need for Malik, including the the gear, the 2 Zetas. So as soon as he comes in, pop, bam, you're on your way to getting your 7-star Malik and ready to go, right? You don't want to... trust me, you don't want to be like what we went through trying to get that get and wait weeks on end. Not that 5-star Malik isn't amazing, he is, but 7 stars a hell of a lot better. I think once you reach that point of where you've got the gear and stuff for Malik, you lay that to the side like it doesn't exist, and then you can start gearing your other stuff. Do you guys like that strategy, or what do you guys think about that strategy? Xylo, Finn, Grim?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like me for example, like I had to dump all my resources.
We can barely hear you again, buddy.
Oh well, I mean like I had to dump all my resources in just to get
We still can't hear
We
you.
can't hear you.
Come on.
I heard. No, so I think that's the right strategy. We don't know when Malik is coming. He looks like he's almost ready for Malik. I'm noticing that his Juhani and his T3 need some more gear in order to meet the power requirements. So, well, not T3.
No.
Juhani. You don't need one of them.
Actually,
You actually don't need both of them. You don't need either of them.
There's a caveat to T3. You know, General Grievous kicks Darth Revan's ass with T3.
I know, but
Yeah, you actually don't need Juhani or T3, but Juhani fits on that card team.
oh yes.
So if you're building the team, then you want to work on Juhani, and then she is useful because she's a tank if you want to use her in the Revan side Malik event. So T3 you can leave alone, he's fine. Just something to consider if you want to work on Juhani, but other than that, I mean you're pretty much set on Malik's return, it looks like. So as soon as he's back, you are ready to hit that, so that's definitely good. So yeah, so I would try and save, unless, again, the only caveat always, what are you focusing on, right? If you're focusing on something else besides Malik right now and you're trying to build up a particular team.
Yeah, he says separatists.
Separatists. So if you want to work on your separatists a little bit, that's fine. Just depends on how much you want, how much you want Malik to be ready versus other stuff. And I think you're in a similar situation to me in Arena, which is that you don't have Malik. So you're basically, you should be, I'm assuming you can easily get into the top 50. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to do attack, just kind of looking at your layout here. And then if you can get into the top 50. Anything higher becomes a little bit difficult. So because of the crystal income change, I would say exactly what Ranger said, save up for Malik first and then start working on other teams.
Yeah, if you want to go and so save what you need for Malik and then start finishing up your separatists. Your separatists look pretty solid. You're working on Geo, you're working on B1, you're working on Jordica. I mean, the rest are all 7-starred. They just need gear.
I mean, he's really close to being ready for Malik. It's usually best to, if you're that close, to finish that first rather than switching your focus. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that yeah, if you've got what you need for Malik, then yeah, start going into your separatists. I think that's
way, when CG goes, surprise, mother, you're prepared.
You're pretty much, yes. All right, so I think that's a good solid plan. Now let's go through the rest of your roster and see about where you can use these characters and teams and stuff and how they look. All right, so your bounty hunters, wow, your bounty hunters are really great. 5, 6 Zetas. The bounty hunters.
The entire roster is pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a very good solid. Yeah,
they're all very focused. Gear 12 up if he's using them. Gear 11 for some that don't need Gear 12. It's a very focused, well-developed roster.
Yes. So this is just nitpicking. You need that second Zed on boss, especially if you're running Jango lead. You want boss taunt to not be dispelled, and let's check the speed on your boss. This is a key thing. So he's 262 with a 30 from Jango lead. It puts you at 292. Again, you want that Zeta on boss. So in case he goes off first, which he should, unless you're facing a CLS team, that taunt is a pain in the ass to remove. And you want to protect the other guys if you're running the Jango lead team to make sure that they are not getting hit. You want to protect them. But yeah, the bounty hunters look great. So if you can get that second Zed on boss, it does help Houndstooth out, his ship. But this is a frontline defense team. Next one is First Order. First Order is solid. We still need a little bit more work on there. Some are gear 9. So this is eventually a project we'll work on eventually. So you can, if you have to put a team down, you can put your First Order in the back somewhere. Ewoks are offense. Do not use them on defense. Do not ever, never, ever use them on defense unless you have no other choice. And with your GP, they should never be on defense. Let's look at how your Padme team looks. All right. Let's see, Ahsoka's 11, Kenobi's 12, Anakin's 9. 9 and no Padme, which means you'll get Padme when she comes back around. You're working on your Separatists already, so yeah, I think you'll be fine there. But this is a team probably want to save this for offense for something. Can't really do much with it, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Your troopers, this is one of your heavy-hitting offensive teams. Looks great. Let's see what your Stark speed is at. That's going to be a key thing. 257, so that puts them at 277. You can use this team to clear out a lot of stuff. You can use them against bounty hunters if you're faster than their boss, or faster than they go. So that's the key thing. But you've got the key ones done. Death Trooper, Snow Trooper 12, very good job. I mean, Shore's 11, I know where you're at with that because I'm the same. We're exactly the same with Range Trooper, but I'm so focused in on getting the Separatists to at least 11 right now that I'm about to be done with that, and then I'm going to go get my range and then the 2 pieces of Young Han and Young Lando to 11 so I can use them on my Prepare Squad. But yeah, Range Troopers one will eventually, you and I both, I'll have to go back and work on, but it's kind of hard when you're gearing all those goddamn droids and Separatists. I feel you on that one, Sean. But this is definitely an offensive team. Your Old Republic team, let's go back to that because this is a frontline defensive team. You've got Karth, you've got Zalbar, Mission Zeta, Candace's 12. Work on getting Juhani just to like 10, 11 and throw on the team. She's just there to be an annoying little butt munch where if she cleanses the team, she does a lot of stuff. It just makes that team so much more difficult to deal with. So if you're going to work on somebody's gear, work on Juhani. Grimm's right about T3 with Grievous. He's a great addition to the Grievous team. So if you want to use him on that team, you can. Something I'm going to probably do, but I'm leaving my droids on defense at the moment. So until I get mine higher level, I'm not really dicking around with it right now. I've got other counters for Darth Revan, so something to consider for the future. But this is definitely a frontline off our defensive team. Let's see here. We were talking about Galactic Republic. Ewoks, Night Sisters. Now, Night Sisters is one of those unique teams. Yours are not even ready. This would be a team that I think after Separatists should be your priority. This team is the team of all teams. It goes great in so many phases. We're seeing its utility in the new GOTB. We're also, it's great on defense, it's great on offense, it's great in the Heroic Sith Raid. Out of all the teams after you get your Separatists kind of scored away gear 11, I'd go back in with Zetas and stuff and finish up your Night Sister team. This is a fantastic team to use on defense with the combination of Saj, Daka, Talzin, Zombie, Spirit. It is an annoying team. It forces them to use an upper echelon team, usually like Trey or something along those lines. And even then, you're not guaranteed a victory. That's how ridiculous the Night Sisters can be. I mean, I've seen in TWs people put full Night Sister walls with Spirit, and it's like, God dang, these damn Night Sisters, man, Jesus. So it's a team eventually you want to use for defense. It's a great team to put on defense. You can keep for an offense. There's certain teams that you can use that you can just go plague their ass to death. So something to work on in the future. Let's see here. We already know let's look at your Rebels. I'm sure they're going to be great. Yeah, these are all offense. Yeah, they look great. So there you go. Where's your 3PO? Need a little bit more work on your 3PO. He's such a key component of everything, whether you use him for GR, whether you use him for Rebels, whether you use him for Resistance. You need to get your 3PO geared, at least, so he can be somewhat useful on your team. But the rest of your Rebels look great. Same thing with the Resistance. I'm sure your Resistance is going to look fantastic. And it is. Look at that. Perfect. Great job on your Resistance characters. Again, offensive team can counter a lot of stuff. Crew, bounty hunters, down the line. That's an offensive team. We already looked at your Separatists. This is probably some characters you could put in the back line. You probably don't have like a full droid team or a full Separatist team. You could go like Newt or Count Dooku Lead with like Grievous, add B2 or Sunfac, something like that. Just a back wall team. I do that right now with my Separatists. I've now changed it to the droids, but I've had that Separatist team down where it's like Newt, Count Dooku, Grievous, B2, Sunfac, and I've actually gotten defensive holds with it. It's pretty nasty, especially for
I changed up my version of that one with the Dooku Lead, Newt, Grievous, B1, and Brood Alpha.
Sure.
And
I mean,
the dude I'm fighting in GAC hit a wall with that one. He could not beat it whatsoever.
Yeah, this is definitely a good back wall team. Your Night Sisters, your Separatists, if you put them in the back line after they have to go through Karth and Bounty Hunters or First Order or your Darth Revan, whatever it is, I mean, that's why you have them there. It makes it just life a little bit more difficult in your GAC. Your Jedi look great. We know your Jedi Revan. It's going to be for offense. You need that for a counter for Darth Revan, because if you look at your Darth Revan, he looks great, I'm sure. Yeah, we need to get the gear on Darth Revan. That's a priority before you do anything else. Even for Malik, get him to 12. So, yeah, we need to get Darth Revan geared up. For right now, your Darth Revan team is not solid enough to put on defense, but you can use this on offense. I mean, they pretty much can destroy anything. Even with yours, where they're at, this is a great defense, or offense team. Sean asks, where do I look short for Malik? You don't look short anywhere for Malik. You're ready to get the character. It's just a matter, do you have the gear, the things of that nature to get him geared and starred immediately. But I would say Revan's a priority for gear. Malik saved what gear you need for Malik as well. Remember, you're going to need the crowd techs as well, so make sure you have those ready to go. So there's going to be a lot of investment. Then get your Separatists done, then you can go back in and start rounding out your other teams. I think that's kind of the progressive order. But your Sith Empire team is mainly going to be for offense. Your Sith itself,
yeah, it's just make sure that the characters that are required for the Malik event are at least 17.5. Then you're prepared.
Yeah, he's prepared. He's good to go. As we said, just work on Juhani. I mean, you can work on Juhani and T3 for different teams. And like Juhani on the Old Republic team is fantastic. I use it all the time. I get defensive holds. So it's a pain in the ass team. Sith look great. You can use different combinations of these folks. You can go Traya Triumvirate with like Maul to kill Night Sisters. You can use Palpatine, Vader, and Empire to kill like Karth teams. So there's a lot of different ways you can go with this. So it gives you a couple more teams for offense if you need it. Where are these scoundrels? There we are. The scoundrels. All right, you got Kira Zated. Where's your nest? Wait a minute. Wait, what? Oh, there she is. I was about to have a stroke. Nest is your that's your. They shouldn't have put that team down. I'm going to go get 63 points person. So Nest, like if they put Murder Bears or Phoenix or Rogue One, you put in Nest and go rock and roll. You do have Kira. You could eventually work on. Let's see. Do we have Vandor?
Wait a second. I'm not seeing a Wampa.
He may not have worked on Wampa. Wampa. Well, he could
5-star Gear 1 level 1.
He could be saving for Malik. Don't worry about it. Yeah, get your Malik squared away. But as a team you eventually work on, you've got the stars and the characters: Vandor, Young Han, Young Lando, L3 Kira. It's a great team for defense. With Vandor, you need the Zeta on Vandor, but you can put that team on the backline defense or frontline if they're geared enough, and it's still I get a lot of defensive holds with that. So that's a team you could put it down right now just as a placeholder. Kira, L3, Young Han, Vandor, and Young Lando. It's probably going to get stomped, but it can't be just like, you can use that team as a placeholder for defense for right now. Nasky for offense, and we already talked about your bounty hunter. So overall, I think you're doing a great job. I think looking at your roster, we're missing Malik, which eventually will come and you'll get. Gear your Darth Revan. Finish working up your Separatists. That's going to lead to Padme. That's going to help your GR team get better. You can round out that team. Then get those Night Sisters done. I think that's the one thing that's really hurting you. But I think priority is gear Revan, save for Malik. Then work on Separatists. You can either go bugs or you can go droids. It doesn't matter. You just need the separatists. You need them in all different phases of the GOTB. Plus, they're good characters you can use on defense or offense. Once you get your separatists kind of squared away, that'll lead to Padme. Once you get Padme done, you can start working on the GR team. But I think Night Sisters is a priority. Those 5 characters, getting geared, getting the Zetas on, is going to help you tremendously in your TW and GA. Night Sisters kill a lot of crap, and they can hold against a lot of crap. And it forces the other team to have to use counters against them that they wouldn't use anywhere else. So one of the things that I always talk about is the reason I do so well in GAC is because I have depth of roster. Yeah, my upper echelon mods and stuff are great, but the teams I put on defense make it a nightmare for anybody to face me. And I've been full clear, but I can see defense here, defense there, to where they're not getting a lot of points because they have to run through the gamut. And usually what's happening is people are just saving everything for offense. And so they go in and they're just like, Jesus. It's just every team is just a nightmare for someone to face. So working on your roster depth is going to be key for you because Finn said it, you've done a fantastic job. For the teams that you focused in on, they are brilliant. So we just need to get your Sith Empire team squared away. So Revan, Malak are priorities. Gear, making sure that's all squared away, right? Because eventually that's going to be your arena team. After that, Separatists are really good. They're great characters. They're great squads you can use on offense and defense, and you need it for GOTB. Plus, you need it for your Padme. So I think Separatists is your next move. Then after that, round out your Night Sisters or finish your GR team. That's going to be your focus for the next, month or two of getting that kind of taken care of. Once that's all squared away, then we can go back in and look at your roster and say, okay, this is what we need to look at. So there we go. All right. That's characters, different squads. Let's go to mods. Finn, have you been looking at the mods? It's kind of your thing.
Yeah,
What do you got to say, buddy?
He actually hasn't done a bad job with his mods. I'm bringing it up again because it closed on me here. Just give me 1 second here. But his mods are pretty focused right now. There are some that are a little scattered because it looks like maybe he upgraded them or sliced them up recently. Like he has a 22 cross on Jin, for example, that maybe you can move around. But if I'm looking at the top for the most part, minus a couple outliers here, I see Revan, Jolie, I see the Troopers, I see CLS, I see Kenobi, Bastila. I mean, they're all otherwise good characters to have speed on. So I think you've done a good job on focusing on your mods. You have a lot of Gear 12, so it makes sense that you have a lot of 6Es. So good job on that. You've sliced up, it looks like, most of your Tier 1 mods, at least through like 11 speed. So at that point, you're looking at like green mods or something if you're trying to do that. So I think you've done a pretty good job here. Only thing, again, nitpicky more than anything else. But again, this is RNG, so not much you can do. You could have more depth with your speed secondaries at the top. In your top 9 mods, on speed secondary, only 3 of them are speed set.
Yeah.
If you look at the top, 15, 4 of them are, or 5 of them are. So, I mean, you want more of the speed set because there's a lot of characters dependent on speed, primarily more so than anything else that you do want to try and increase the speed for. So for those, just something to maybe farm. I don't know what your mod farming plan is, but that may be something to farm, just speed mods. See if you can get a good one with speed secondary and then just roll it up and play Rangers mod game.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Get your ass in the trenches, Sean. Get your ass in there with me. We do it every day. First round of 144, we go get the mods, and then the second round we slice the mods, and yay. The other thing is I am seeing a lack of crit chance.
Depression by Capital Games.
I'm okay with a lack of crit chance. I mean, it's useful.
It's just it is useful for certain characters. I would like to see some crit chance. Just, if you're doing 7 days of pulling mods, 1 or 2 days of crit chance. Just get that depth of, those mods are important for characters, right? Some that need speed and crit chance. But you probably want a little bit more of those upper tier. You do need those for certain characters. Like for your Anakin or your Ahsoka, for example, I go crit chance, crit damage. Speed's not as important, but some characters like it is. Like Stark, I went crit chance, with the speed setter. Something that need crit chance to get turn meter. First Order is kind of like that, where every time they do, they get turn meter. So stuff like that. you just get a little bit of a crit chance. Just roll it there. So, but overall, pretty good job on your mods. Again, keep farm those speed sets. Just get your ass in the trench. It's a long war we're facing there, Sean, and there's not much we can do about it, but just dig in and fight like men. So, all right, Xylo, anybody else, anything on this roster that we want to cover?
No, I think he's done a good job here.
I think so, yeah. Looks pretty good. It's getting there. It's getting there. All right. I'm looking in the chat, see if he had any questions. He said, question, what 5 should I focus when I get to it? Well, I mean, we kind of laid out for you already, Sean, that, Malik and Revan are a priority for gear. Farm-wise, you're already doing that with Jordica, B1, and some of the characters you're working on. I think mainly your roster is about, besides those few characters you're still working on, just run out your teams for gear. So Revan, Malik, then you're working on the Separatists, you're farming B1, you're farming Droidica, you're working on those characters, you're farming Geonosis and Brood Alpha, so the farm's covered. But I think Sith Empire to Separatists to Night Sisters or GR is the route you want to go with your gear. So Separatists alone, you can pick which way you want to go. If you want to go all Geonosians first, or all droids first with the gear after Revan and Malik, and then after that, do the other team for the Separatists, because you'll need it for GOTB, you'll need it for your GAC, and then go around your Night Sisters, run out your GR, and that's going to give you more depth in your team and give you more options to use on offense and defense. I think those 4 teams will really help you out. And then eventually we'll go back in and we'll do stuff like First Order. We'll do stuff like some of the other stuff, so that you can have, again, that depth of teams that you need to lay a lot of defense down, but still have those heavy hitters for offense that you really want. If you can get the balance right, you'll be really good. So I think that's the plan you need to go. Not just 5 specific characters, but more like, you get 2 with the Sith Empire, and then you've got the Separatists. That's going to be a project for a while to get those up. All right, so I think that covers your review for today, Sean. Work on the mods, work on that plan like we kind of executed. These are just suggestions. You do you, buddy. You're doing a great job. I like a lot of the stuff that you're doing here. Very focused. Great job on your roster. If you have any more questions, Sean, you can pop in the chat right now, or you can just message us directly. You can message me or Affinity, anybody in the Discord. We're always here. Especially once we do a roster review, we're here to help you. That being said, if you would like a roster review, Finn, you're here. I always do this spiel. How does someone get a roster review from RSG?
Simple. Head on to the RSG Discord, message me, Finity, saying that you want a roster review. Send your GG page, wait for me to respond and let you know that you are in the queue. If I don't say you are in the queue, then there may have been a very high chance that I did not see your message. So just message me again in 24 hours, ask if you're in the queue until I tell you that you are in the queue. So it is that simple. The wait is about 4 weeks right now. And so when it comes time, I will message you saying that your roster review is coming up. We'll schedule a specific date so you know exactly when your roster review is, and then we'll do your roster review on the stream based on anything you tell me that you want us to review. So it is that simple. Now, Ranger, why don't you tell the folks about your mini roster review?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Finn. So 2 to 3 times a week, I will do mini roster reviews. If you're a Patreon and I'm live and I'm online a lot, I'm doing a lot of live streaming. But during the mini roster review session, like we had yesterday, if you're a Patreon, all you need to do is pop your ally code in, and I'll answer any question you have about your roster, and we'll get that squared away, right? Live, and you can get the information that you need in real time. If you're not, you can make a donation. I'll look at something. If not, I'll still look at it. This is the way we are at RSG. But if you need help with anything, that's the time to really pick my brain. But on top of that, we're always in the Discord. We're always online. If you got questions, just fire it away at us. So if you want a mini roster review where I go in, look at your mods, stuff of that nature, you can do that. Now, I am doing also, Finn's very generously and kindly putting the slide together, I am doing full roster reworks, remods. So if you would like me to fix your account because you're not getting mods, anything like that, all you need to do is send me a message in Discord, RangerJ1999. I am offering that service. You guys wanted me to. I know a few of you are waiting till you can get the money together to do it because you want me to do it. If you would like me to remod your roster, get your thing fixed, whether it's your arena team, your whole roster, I charge $30 per million GP. It's pretty cut and dry, you know. If you would like me, and if what I'm also offering is for $20 more, if you want me to explain, like go through in depth with you why I'm modding the way I am, explain what teams you should use for offense and defense and this and that, and help explain. You get an hour of me just hanging out with you. The only thing that you caveat is make sure you have your login information so I can log into your account, and if you want to see me do it live, it's fine. The other thing is make sure you can either do like Zoom, Skype, you can jump in Discord so I can talk to you if you do want that one-on-one time. I need some form of communication. Those are really the only caveats we have to that. So there you go. Lots of ways for us to help you with your roster and to get things done. So there you go. All right. I think that covers all that. Sean, thank you so much for letting us look at your roster. Again, shout out to your guild, which is Pi Rogue Squadron. I think that's Pi. That looks like Pi to me.
It is.
It is Pi. Okay. My Greek alphabet's a little bit off, but Alpha, Omega, yes, Pi. So now we're going to get to the questions. Finn, do I need to do questions? I got Nightbot out, or can you handle it?
You'll probably need to do it because I have about 5 minutes before I need to drop for another meeting.
Okay, so we're going to do that. So let me pull up the events. We're doing bounties today. I saw, let's see, one that I needed, which was, yes, I need Visas Mars. I'm going to go for those because, damn it, I need Visas Mars. And then we're going to get your questions. Let me clear this because I want to go, let's do this, and this. Okay, good.
Yeah, proper catch. And if you order now, you'll get an RSG coaster.
What? Oh.
Nah.
And
that is a good idea, RSG coaster.
And if you order now, we will start slowly cutting small pieces of flesh off of Finn to meld you properly that you can use in rituals to make sure that he... And if you're into voodoo, we got you covered. So Sean said, what, sorry, meant... 5 Night Sisters. There's 6 actually, but it's going to be because you want, for Rogue Sith Raid you want Talia, but for PvP and GW, GAC, you want Talzin, Asajj, Daka, Zombie, Spirit. And I hope that helps you out there, Sean.
And if you don't have Spirit, you can get away with Acolyte.
Yeah, Acolyte's fine too. So there you go. Those are the 5 you need to get squared away, at least for GAC. All right, we'll put this on there. Let me get to the questions. We got Zylo here. We can answer questions. We already answered that one from Miss L. Kelly. Ski Trooper question, with Jawa staying as is, I assume Geo's become offense only. Does that spell the end of Night Sister as a high-end defense team because everyone is forced to build a counter? What do you think there, Zylo?
Well, I mean, with the Jawas, even if anything doesn't change, it's still one of those teams where if your opponent does that, right, like if you bait them to draw their Jawas out, right, like they're losing banners unless they have like tier 12 Jawas, like super durable Jawas, right? Like they have to survive the contact, and from the Geos, like especially after the rework, like they destroy those Jawas. Even before the rework, they were crushing them. But the thermals, I mean, like regardless, it's still like one of those things where you're losing banners and you're losing pieces. So you can still be more efficient and cleaner than your opponent, or make a mistake here and there and still get the W, right? And the Night Sisters have always been such a solid team on defense, and occasionally we all trip on those every once in a while, especially the one with Nest. I mean, like, it's just because it's more of an annoying comp, right? Like the Geos with Nest, I'm sure, the Night Sisters with Nest now, I'm sure the Geos can beat it even easier now. But it was a little more sketchy before because Nest could turn around and one-shot one of your bugs, right? But now, again, there's a lot of solid counters for Night Sisters, and the Geo rework crushes Night Sisters, so it could be one of those teams to where it could be more offensive oriented because like it's a good solid counter for the Grievous team, for example, in your pocket, right? Like you'll play a little bit smarter, and I mean that I think that there's still a solid defensive team though, and overall I think that they're still gonna be in the long term.
Yeah.
Especially
I may have missed
gear
it.
13 too, right? Like gear 13 Daka, like she gets like over like 500,000 health, right? Like, and I'm sure you could get that number up higher and higher as more people experiment with the content, like with DACA being Gear 13, right? Like that health pool is ridiculous. Like somebody told me that they were using their Night Sisters in Arena recently, and that someone's HK hit him for like almost 300k, like Gear 13 HK, but DACA still had like a little like a quarter left of her health still, right? Like she still took that damage and ate it like nothing.
You're just gonna say something, Finn?
I don't know if I missed it, if you guys discussed it, but I didn't get a chance to say anything. But can I say how disappointed I am in CG?
Oh, I've been saying that. I was screaming that yesterday.
It's so sad that they found a bug. It is recognized as a bug, and their response is, "We like it, so we're going to leave it."
Yeah.
And this is, forget about the fact that it's a counter to the newest team and all of that. And I know you're supposed to be investing in the Geos for the fact that it's coming for GeoTV, but there are people that invested it for other reasons. You don't know why one person did something for another reason, right? So there are people that did it for multiple reasons. But how many times have we had an interaction and their response is that, oh, we don't like it working this way, so we're going to change it, even though it's a bug, and then they change something. And when things are working correctly, they nerf it. It's sad that CG is going this route with the Jawas.
It's lazy.
It's really
It is
contradicting.
the most
I
disappointing
agree.
decision they've made that I can recall in recent memory. They did such a good job, and then to have a bug and literally say, we're going to leave it because we like this interaction, we're going to change the wording of a character in order to change it, yeah, that's pretty sad.
It's just lazy.
I think it's hilarious.
Well, when
I mean,
it does benefit
you know?
them, they're gonna nerf something, right? But when it, you know what I mean, like has no effect really, or like it's a strategy, yeah, but it's an inefficient strategy, right? And
Benefit, they're going to have people calling in for a refund because they are now having an interaction that was intentionally said by CG is a known bug, but we are going to keep it.
yeah, I agree with what you're saying totally, bro. I mean, the fact that it's something that they like as a preference, it's a personal vendetta, right? You know what I mean? Like you can't not change something that there's a known bug because you like. What if Jawas, the thermals have a bigger cause and effect after the Geos, right? Like what if it has some more cause and effect for anything else? Like,
People are thinking it's just for Geos. The way that they worded it now, it's any character that does an attack in that round, which means that I know that the Geos do multiple assists on every single round, but that means that you have a chance now of stacking up to 6 detonators every time you get a call to assist by Bosk, by Cody, by Talzin, right? How many mass assists by Revan, right? They're not the only mass assist team. You
But
have
here's
changed
the thing,
way
though,
to interact
Finn.
with all of them now.
Who in their right mind is spending a shitload of money on Geos for Grand Arena or
I'm
Squad
not complaining.
Arena?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's for
They're
that
doing
reason.
it-
I'm disappointed by their decision making. I don't care that it's the Jawas. I don't care that it's Geos. I don't give a crap about any of that. I'm just disappointed in the fundamental of what they did. They found
I think
a
it's
bug.
brilliant, though.
I think it's
Monetize
lazy.
it. Monetize it.
No, it's not brilliant. It's lazy. All right. So here's my issue with it. I think if people are having fun with it, great. I hope people are having fun with it. I don't have a problem with the fun aspect of this and Jawas being Geos. I'm more have an issue with CG just being lazy, right? They find something that they didn't find. The community finds this out, right? So they report it, and CG's response is, "Oh, okay. What are you testing over there, CG? What the hell are you guys doing over there? I know there are testers now." So it's one of those things where you just shake your head. We're not talking about something like the fin loop or something like that. You can just, this is a fundamental basic thing that this team does. So instead of trying to maybe tweak it or rework everything, you're just like, oh, it's broken. Let's just leave it as is and just change the wording. I mean, it's just lazy. You know, I mean, the last time I checked, the community was here to play the game and not be the beta testers for you guys. So, I mean, get your shit together, CG. What the hell are you doing? You know, I mean, and you didn't do it for Finn. Well, that's kind of cool. You know, you guys get to make a decision one way or the other. It's your game. I really don't care. It's not a big issue for me. The issue I have is just the sheer laziness of it, right? Instead of actually looking at it and see, is this, long term going to be something that could be negative or anything like that? You guys are like, oh, it's cool. You don't even take the time to look at it. It's ridiculous. I know PC and Jawa soft counter for Darth Revan. One of the freakiest things I've ever done in this game, but it's super lazy, and that's the problem I have with it. Not that it's not fun. I think using your Jawas. I mean, most of us don't have Jawas that play this game. The ones that do are like myself and a lot of the veterans that had to have Jawas back in the day because it's the only way to unlock the mods for crit chance and stuff. So we had Jawas, and we were kind of using them a little bit for heroic AT back in the day, just like our clones. That's why we have them starred and geared somewhat, right? But I mean, come on, man, Jesus. I mean. You can't sit there and do all this great stuff with these teams and these reworks that you guys have been doing, which I've been praising like crazy. Like, I like the changes to Geos. I like the reworks that you guys have been doing. I like the interaction between some of the characters. I mean, the fact that Geos can take out Night Sisters, I think is cool. But then you do something like this, it's like, Jesus Christ, come on, guys. I mean,
part of what my point is with them changing the wording is that I don't know that anybody used the team against Jawas, but I'm kind of curious now. If anyone does use Cody or Revan or Talzin or one of these mass assist teams against the Jawas, have you noticed that the thermal detonators are actually going onto these characters?
See, now I have a question.
That doesn't
for you guys,
work.
though.
Now the Jawa rework name is now bugged. So now you have a bug because they reworked it. This decision, I think, was made too hastily because just changing the wording on Jawa Scavenger may make sense with the interaction with Geos because of something with Hive Mind, but it may not make sense with every other team that has a mass assist. They might have just removed one bug for another. I haven't tested Jawas with the other teams, and I don't know that anybody else has. But if you read the wording on the way that they're changing it, mass assisting with clones, Jedi, or Night Sisters, or any other team, bounty hunters, they should all then get stacked with a chance of thermal detonators all across the board, up to 5. The Geo one is triggered by an AoE, so that one gets a little bit more, but the other ones do not.
So anyway.
So that means in one round, potentially, you could get up to 5 stacks on every single character. But I don't know if anybody's tested it with those other teams because most people won't use those
it's lazy.
But the point is that it's a lazy solution, and I don't even know that the solution is still not bugged based on other teams. Because this may have just been an interaction with Hive Mind. And so they actually should have reworded maybe Hive Mind instead of Jawas.
Well, would the reaction be the same to if this was actually like, if they intentionally put this in as a Jawa rework? Would the reaction be the exact same?
The reaction would
be pissed off.
Well, I think the reaction would be different, right? It's not my I don't really, if they're going to put a game mechanic in the game, we'll test it, we'll play with it, right? And we'll find out about it, right? It's too overpowered or anything like that. I don't care about any of that crap, right? And it's just the laziness of it. It's like, we really don't want to do anything. Oh, it works. Okay, let's just leave it as is. Like, god damn. I mean, that's our way of how we're going to get teams working in this. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I can give a shit about Jawa.
State Trooper, I have never been mad with them changing something that we find fun if it's bugged. Never. Still, I've actually been one person on this stream that when they find a bug, even an infinite loop, because they've said before that they're changing infinite loops, I have not been mad. In fact, that's why I'm being called CGfinity a lot of times, because I tend to defend it. So I have never tried to remove something fun if it's a bug. If it's a bug, I've asked for it to be fixed. If it's an actual mechanic, I ask them to leave it. That's it. If it's a bug and they leave it, I think that's stupid, because that hasn't been the way they've done anything else. They fix bugs and they ruin mechanics. That's the way they've worked. And now all of a sudden they're changing it. And unless they're willing to leave all of the other mechanics, which they weren't because they nerfed Jawas because it did something that they didn't want it to, this is just stupid.
Yeah. Oh, and then the first half of the year with all the reworks and then all the nerf,
which have been beautiful.
Yeah, and then something like this comes up on a new product too. Mind you, a new product, right? I mean, it's new rework. It's the most recent product, right? I mean, you can't.
Right, and to the point that Grim is saying, can you imagine what they would have? So just imagine this as a scenario with what you're saying, right? So they introduce Geos, they do the Geo rework, and at the same time introduce a Jawa rework that is introduced that looks like an exact counter to the Geos. Do you think that would look good at all?
No, because the Jawas have no purpose, right?
Exactly. They would have intentionally introduced a new team that everyone has been looking forward to. We've been looking for Geos to have a redefined purpose, right? If at the exact same time they introduced a rework that is a counter to the new team, that would be the worst appearance ever. So it's not that I wouldn't have been upset with the fact that they reworked Jawas and the Jawas had this as their response. That would have been okay. I'm not necessarily concerned about that. But that's not what happened, and their impression would have been completely different if they introduced this rework at the same time as the Geos. That's my point. They introduced this Geo. Jawas are not set up like that. A bug was found, and then after the bug was found, they said it was a bug, and then decided to leave it. That's lazy, and that's also really bad. And I'm not even sure that their rework is an actual solution, because I don't know if they spent the time to test mass assists against Jawas before they made this claim.
Yeah, it's just, if they had said, like, for instance, if this is the route they had gone, well, we're going to look at it, we're going to test it, we're going to see how it interacts and get some more information about it. And then they come back and say, you know what, it is, and they lay out the facts, but we may not like it or not, but I can be like, okay, you looked at it, at least you got some information. How is this going to be affect long term, after you looked at it, and maybe you like it, and then check it out and do some more research onto the interaction, because obviously you didn't do the research ahead of time, which I have a problem with. But you can't. It's just lazy, which is mind-boggling, because you do all this other stuff that's these reworks have been really good. I've been praising you for GOTB, the look of it. There's been some bugs and stuff, right? But for the most part, they've been doing a good job. And then they come out with this stuff. It flips the script, and you're just like, God damn.
But you also got to think about this in a logistical aspect as well. Do we really want them going and hunting down what's going on with the Jawas, trying to fix it, maybe breaking other shit in the process, and taking dudes away from fixing stuff that actually matters? I mean, the Geos and the Jawas are not meta in this game. They never will be meta in this game with this bug. So why spend time and money on something like this?
So your concern is that they're incompetent.
That's not what I'm saying.
If you're saying that we shouldn't have them fix this issue because it's not a big deal and there's a chance of breaking something else.
How long did it take them to fix the 600?
Oh no, I'm telling you, they're incompetent.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm flat out saying it. This decision shows that they're incompetent. They don't trust in their ability to fix bugs.
They got so much working on though,
How
too,
long did
right?
it
Like
take
you got Grand Arena Championships to work on, the algorithm with that. You've got bugs with GOTB to still be working on. And then you've got the Anakin team in phase 3 of the Sith raid. So there's 3 big things right there over the Jawas that I would rather them work on than the Jawas. I don't care.
Exactly.
Like, if someone wants to use Jawas on my Geos on defense, if I want to put them down, fine, go for it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, see that.
Okay. You're making it seem like these are all like little things, right? So I understand, and there are priorities, and this is probably lower priority than those. I get those.
Those are way more important than the Jawas.
How long did it take them to fix 600, which affected our raid tickets?
Right, definitely.
And how many people did they probably have working on it? It took forever. How long before the Tebow invisible bug was fixed? Right.
But
at
also
some point, they're just not able to fix bugs, and they should just leave it all and stop changing the mechanics that work. And because they don't like the infinite loops on stuff that they built correctly, and then try to fix the other bugs. They're wasting their time on stupid stuff all the time. I wouldn't be upset with Jawas if they hadn't done other things in the past that have ruined things that have worked as intended and then nerfed it. If things are not working as intended, then you should fix it. I know there's priorities, but this is why I'm saying there is incompetence here. I've said it from the beginning. Their decision making has been awful, and that is why I refuse to spend money on this game. Their management is not properly handling anything in this game. You can't trust them. Nobody, despite what you think of me and complaining about the Jawas, I'm fine. How many people actually trust CG in the chat?
Well,
how many people trust CG to make anything correctly in this game right now?
You want to know something funny, Finn? You remember the boss bug that I found in the pit raid almost a year ago? That still goes. You know what I mean? Like, that still works. Like, it's not like, whoa, that's super necessary to fix, but like the lower tier players that play the raid still use like bounty hunters, right? You know what I mean? So that still has a cause and effect somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's
And
just
I'm not
not
saying
on their
not to
priority
prioritize
list.
it.
And
Yeah.
also, not to mention, just
Because
think
it's
of all
difficult
the
for
money.
top players that spend money.
Yeah, just think of all the money that they're going to make off of this. For people that are going to fork over cash on getting their Jawas to Gear 12.
Yeah, I agree. Some people will spend.
I mean,
Who's going to
this-
spend money on the Jawa? Seriously,
I mean,
it's not even a good team
guys,
in Grand
come on.
Arena. You said it yourself. You lose points if you use them against Geos.
Yeah, I'm
not,
praying that
that's
they-
only if you
I
use
hope
them in
they
the Gear
have.
10. In the
Even
Gear
Gear
10 thing
12,
that
you
most
have to
people-
survive a full onslaught of hit against one Jawa.
Yeah, and what if they don't survive? That's either A prime team or B, a second trip that they got to go in with, right?
I'm just saying, the
No one is going to
we
work on
gotta
the
also
Jawas.
factor in that CG is a business.
What are you talking about,
They
Graham?
no. You should know this better than most people.
I do know this. So
Their accounting guys probably looked at this and said, "Hey, this is something people can spend money on.
I don't
Do
think
we
that's
really want to spend money on fixing it,
I-
or do we want to make it as a mechanic and make
But they're not
money?
no. That's not what they're doing. This is just them saying it's not important.
Exactly, chicken. It's monetization. They're gonna make money off.
They're not gonna. No one's gonna
They-
spend money on those
So,
stupid ass Jawas.
I will
I'm
guarantee
sorry.
you right now,
Dude,
because people have posted it on Reddit, there is a group of people asking for refunds on Geos because of this, because they have openly said they are leaving a bug and changing it to fix it.
Well,
I
that's
think
like
they
that's like the
lose
same
more
kind
money
of
on
concept with the
refunds
Grievous
than they
team when they
will on
first came
Java.
out, right?
Hey, one person at a time, guys. Quit talking over each other. So, what were you saying, Xylo?
No, I'm saying you could make the case for the same thing with the Grievous team, right? Like people were mad that it didn't counter Jedi Revan, right? So like there's a case for a refund for anything, right?
No, because Grievous, yes and no. So Grievous, they put the video that showed that it could be Revan,
there's
and we
different
thought that
tiers.
was misleading, but that wouldn't necessarily be a refund because they didn't really change anything. They showed it in a gameplay that was a weird scenario. So people can claim for a refund for anything.
Right.
This one is actually legitimate because they actually put it in a forum post
And
saying that it is a bug and we are going to now make it real because we don't want to change it.
Right.
Hey, and
That's
I
changing it all. Then
I
being
say-
misleading, there's a difference.
Dr.
say if people. Oh, sorry.
Dr. Phil Godot, $1.99 says, I can't abide those Jawas. Disgusting creatures.
I mean,
They beat Darth Revan.
if somebody wants to ask for a refund for the Geos, go for it. You're screwing over your guild because the Geos are required for Geo TV.
No, you're not, because you get to keep everything in game. You make it sound like refund means you're giving something back. That's not what it is. You get a refund through Apple or Google. They give you your money back and you keep everything in game. You don't lose anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they don't just keep instantly refunding things. Like if you got a refund for a match,
There's a limit to it, yeah. There's a limit to how much of a refund
I
you
think,
can get.
yeah,
This is refund worthy.
I don't
Guarantee
care.
you.
I don't care that Jawas beat Geos or anything like that. That's not my issue. I don't care about that. I don't care about the team. I don't care about any of that. Is immaterial to me. It is the precedence that CG is setting by saying something like this. That is my issue. Not that Geos can beat, this or the Jawas can do that. I don't care about that. It's the precedent that it sets, and with other things that CG has done. So when I look at something like that, it's like I don't care that if you want to invest in Jawas, great. I don't care. Spend your money however you want to spend your money. However, as a company, when they say something like that, it makes me pause and go, "What the f?"
yeah, it makes them look like asses. Yeah.
It just makes you look bad. If I mean, my background is business. If I'm looking at this, I'm like, it's an image that you are creating that people will take, whether you want the consequences positive or negatively, whatever you want. When people see something like that, it's like, now some people just don't care, and that's cool. Some people that do care, they're going to care, and they're going to look at this and be like, what the f, CG? Come on, y'all better than this.
Chicken does have another point, which I'll point out after you're done talking.
Well, I've already seen that.
It's not exactly true, but
They get their. It's all relative.
Apple still has to pay out to Google and stuff afterwards.
Right, and then they.
Delay in the payment and stuff.
And then they're
And
going
I'm
to.
pretty sure it trickles down to EA.
Oh,
and CG
yes.
less.
But long term, it's not about the monetization. It's not about the actual it's not about, whether you like Jawas or, if you're not going to use them or gear them up or you're going to spend money. It's not any of that, guys. It's about the precedent. When you set a precedent like this, it could lead to other precedents set in the future, right? And Finn's right. They've been all over the board with some of this stuff. And it's not been consistent. And we just want consistency. That's all we're asking for. And I don't think that's an unreasonable request. If you're going to do all this stuff over here, and, especially with other bugs, and your precedent that you sent is this, that you're going to look into it. I mean, we just had, what was the one that they said that they were going to wait till after GAC and stuff? I can't remember all the time. Anakin, right? So we're going to look at it afterwards. Okay, but at least you're going to look at it, right? See how it plays out. You're going to leave it for now. If they had said, we're going to leave Geos for now, but we're going to look at it, it's not a priority. Great.
Yeah.
And then if they came back and said, you know what, we looked at it and, we like it and this is the, what we saw, I would be fine with that too. I may not like the mechanic, but it is what it is, right? They just said, no. They just skipped all that. So we're here with Anakin, you gave this big long spiel about bugs and all this other stuff. And then you come over here to Jawas, and I just think it sets a bad precedence.
I guess, Nick Merck, you're technically correct. This isn't inconsistent. They treat every issue differently, so they're consistently inconsistent.
Right.
Well, and again, with bugs, you can't be biased like that, right? Like, you can't say, oh, we like this interaction, regardless of the content, top to bottom. Like, Jawas are completely useless. I think we can all agree on that, right? I mean, and then
rework them properly.
Exactly, right. Or and not even rework them. They said that any time in game something can be tweaked, right? Like, look at the rework with Grievous, right? Like, how many times have they reworked multiple Sith characters? How many, you know what I mean? Like, be consistent from top to bottom, regardless whether they're Jawas or they're Darth Revan, right? Like, be consistent.
Yeah. So that's all we're asking for. If Jawas can beat Geos and you want to invest in it, go for it. I mean, I don't care. Yeah, it's just it's a more underlying issue for me than that. I just think it's a lazy move. They're not even looking at. Oh well, we didn't expect this to happen. Well, first of all, you're not even testing for it, which gives me pause. But then it happens, and then you can't test for everything. But goddamn, something like that. On your new team again, we've had this before with some of the new teams coming out. Like, what do you mean you didn't see this? Come on, man. What's the point of having all the beta testers and stuff and testers that you've created?
I mean, I'm okay with at least from the beta testing perspective, right? I'm a little okay with this because not many people would have tested Jawas.
No, but I mean,
because they're so awful in general.
I know, but you still have to do your due diligence. I don't care if Jawas suck, but that's the problem that gets them in trouble. It's always the stuff that they don't think about testing because they just, we'll just test this. We got to test everything.
That's usually why I don't get too upset with them if they miss something rare like this.
Yeah, stuff happens.
If they don't test out a Sith team with Darth Revan if the other one has EP lead. Like that kind of stuff annoys me a little bit more because EP is more of a meta team. Missing the Jawas, I'm not necessarily upset about. I'm not upset about the fact that there was a bug. I'm upset about the fact that their response was, we're going to leave it because we like the interaction. And even the money aspect of it doesn't make sense because if every time there was a bug and it benefited the players, which would cause players to actually invest more, they would have left a lot of other bugs in there. They wouldn't have even talked about Anakin, but they said they were going to nerf it, right? They basically said they were going to look at it. It's not working as intended. We'll look at it afterwards right now because the Rogue AAT is not a Sith raid is not a priority. We're focusing on GOT.
Right.
Effectively what they said, right? They could have said, Anakin, this is all working as intended. We're going to leave it as is. And that's it. It's an actual working mechanic. It's not even a bug.
Yeah.
We've talked about this enough. I'm sure some will agree with us, some won't, but we do like to have the interaction and the debate. That's the important thing, is to discuss it. So you guys can put it there 100%. But I'm going to tell you guys, don't use Jawas to beat Geonosians. You're going to regret it. Don't think it's a good move. So, yeah. In Jawas, you don't get anything else for it, so please, guys, don't invest in the Jawas. I'm telling you, just don't. It's not worth it. There's way more stuff out there to do for a counter that could work effectively.
Mandalore also puts up a good point.
What?
The Jawa engineer or Jawa scavenger thing can be resisted, so if you tenacity up your Geos, those thermals won't stick.
Well, damn it, Mandalore, I keep telling you, quit spending money. None of those, damn it, Mandalore. Goddamn Mandalore, quit spending money on them goddamn Jawas.
No, I just looked at that the mechanics for that one in GG, it can be resisted.
I'm in them Geonosians. Goddamn, spending money on them goddamn Geonosians. But those are just our thoughts. Take it or leave it. You can agree with it. You can disagree with it. That's the great thing about RSG. We are going to debate the issue one way or the other. So that's what it's all about here. I like it. All right, let's get to the next questions. A lot of questions here. Ooh.
I don't have to go into work today, so.
Okay, there you go. All right, Chiken Gaming question to skewers: Have you locked the like button? Careful, you don't hit the ad by accident. Don't do, well. Just be careful. Let's see. Oh, Chiken earlier had a question. He says, "Question: Do you think CG Carrie has Malik locked in her sex dungeon?" I think so. She's got Grani as her pool boy. Malik and her sex dungeon. I mean, you don't know these things. I don't know what they're doing with Malik.
It's just Malik refused to put the lotion on its skin, so the community got the hose again.
Oh, Lord. John Davis, question: Why is Dark Lord's Empire one of the best guilds in the world? I don't know why. You got to tell us. I don't know. John, you got to list out the facts. Why do you think the Dark Lord's Empire is one of the best guilds in the world? I don't know. I don't know them. So I'll let you say that. I'm sure they're an amazing guild. Most of the guilds in this community are great. So, and I know everybody loves their guild personally, so I have no problem with that. Let's see. Nathaniel Morgan question: Which useless ship should I make it next? Get off there, Morgan.
Wait. Which useless ships?
Yeah, useless ship should I make it next? Reaper Scimitar 2000. No point saving ships are released so slowly. Oh boy, Reaper Scimitar 2000.
Reaper's actually a pretty decent ship.
It's okay.
You said ID 2000 was the last one?
Yeah, Reaper Scimitar 2000. Out of those who
1000 bounty hunters.
Yeah, go for that one. Yeah, why not?
Droidica too.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No. It's Xanadu Blood. What's the other one on there? Hold on, let me look.
That's right, Maya.
2000?
He's Omega the ship. Yeah, just do 2000.
Yeah, it's Poggle. Well, you'll get your Poggle 7.
Well, we're not talking about farming. We're just saying who do you put the Omega on, Xylo.
Oh.
You gotta pay attention, young man. I'm gonna have the apprentice choke you. I know he's there, he's screaming. So he's already in a bad mood.
Yeah,
or is he?
2000.
Or is he in a good mood?
Oh,
I can't
time.
tell. Yeah. Oh.
Running around playing.
That's right. He's been force choking you well
We went
today.
for a little jog this morning too.
Oh.
Like starting to like trot a little more. So like trotting with him.
Hey, it's good to hear. My apprentice grows in power daily. Yuta question: Can you confirm that ships are not in GAT calculation and it is the save to unlock and star my ships even though I'm not working on them? Yeah, as far as I know. Now I don't know if they're going to do any GAC with a ship zone. These 5, I can't confirm that, but I do know that that's the way I know it and the way I've looked at it. It's not 100%. But I do know that it's just your characters, GP, and then some other things factored in. It's all character related with the algorithm and the stuff of that nature. Because like today, I'm facing a guildie Seabass. He has 500,000 more GP than me, so there's some kind of thing that they're doing, and it's just character based. We're pretty even on characters, so I don't have the exact formula or equation or what they're using, but yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking at my opponents in Grand Arena, and I was like, I'm facing dudes that have 2.7, and I'm 3.4, and then I looked a little closer, and I'm like, I have 2 million character GP, and so do they. So
yeah, well, but they've got their little mad scientist stuff, and so they know what's going on. Katsukaga Too Easy question: What are good places to go in New Orleans? Malik is still a no call, no show. Lots of places. Bourbon Street, I mean...
In a cage, in the bottom of a pit.
I mean...
Go see a Pelicans game.
Yeah, just go down Bourbon Street, man. That'll keep you busy for a week, man. Good Lord.
Hanging out with Bimasu on the beach.
Hell yeah. That was from the Ross review. And our Wilson question, top 3 Zetas for Bounty Hunter team. Well, 2 go on Bosk. What do you think would be the third one there, Xylo?
Yeah, the 2 on Bosk, and then if I had to pick the third one,
All the Bounty Hunters.
I think Boba, because Boba would get that protection regain off of kill.
Yeah.
Or actually, I don't know.
Django's one's pretty good with the
I
they
was gonna
can't
say
revive.
Django.
Yeah, the Night. That's a good solid counter for Night Sisters or anything that has a revive that you're trying to use to beat it on offense, right? Like if you're using it as a defensive team, so
Yeah.
it's still really solid.
I think we're all agreed that the 2 on Bosk are just so damn good.
Embo's
well,
is pretty
at
cool.
least-
Like Embo's unique. He can't be critically hit. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't sound amazing, but like if you don't use something like Annihilate or something that has like a high DPS, like he can stand there for a while.
Oh, dude, I've gotten it down to the bounty hunter mission where it's just Embos left, and the Wampas can't kill him because they can't crit him, and he's just constantly healing himself.
Yeah. So, let's see here. Dark Teflon, I know you got this one ready to go. Dark Teflon says, question, how would you mod the Grievous droid team? Zal, what do you think?
Well, with Grievous, you obviously
Health.
want as much health as you can. Health. If you can get some crit chance on him too, that really helps too because he benefits more from his AoE off of more crit chance, right? And then for Magna Guard, a little bit of potency and health. Protection primaries is what I went with. Like I got him at gear 12, and he's got like 92k protection and then about 50k health too. So he's really durable. He can take a lot of hits. There's a couple different ways you can go with B1. Obviously, speed is primary, but then you can go with offense. You can go with potency. You can go with tenacity. Just whichever one you really pick, go all in on. It just depends on what you have, what mods to complement it, right? And then B2, you want him with as much tenacity as possible, so he's not getting stunned or debuffed or anything like that. A lot of protection on him too as well to keep him durable. And then Droidica, a bunch of offense, and then I like a little bit of crit chance on him, just because his basic still can crit. So even though his true damage, like his first special doesn't do a critical damage or anything like that, it does the true damage. Again, his basic call into assist, especially if you have his Zeta, he's gonna assist just like B1 does. So getting a little extra offense and crit chance on him, no speed at all, get him as slow as you can.
All right. Revenator, when do you think Malik will return? Soon TM. Do you think it'll be time to unlock the Eternal Twins? Sorry, I hate you, Revenator, right now. God damn it, Revenator, why would you do that? He's stuck in the Eternal Twins questions. Proper catch question. What do you think the likelihood of CG foregoing a Mace Windu rework and instead introducing a general Windu? That could be a possibility. I just did a lore video that would make on Mace Windu, and I think that would make sense. Do you think they're going to go for a new character, or do you think they're going to rework? They're not going to spend the time to create a new Mace Windu. They're just going to rework the one they have.
I mean, look how intensive the reworks were for not just the Geos, but the Grievous team got the rework.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of reworks to the characters that we already have for Galactic Republic, and then going forward, of course, they're going to have marquees too. Like look at Shaak Ti, for example. You got Ki-Adi-Mundi, and then of course most of the players that we're seeing right now in GOTB, from the enemy's perspective, like we're going to get some NPC players, right? But we could potentially see a bunch of clones. There's the few Jedi like Ki-Adi-Mundi. There's a couple of things that we could see potentially down the road. I don't think they're gonna do like a young Padawan Anakin, because like his kit really mirrors like the Jedi Knight Anakin that we have in game. Yeah, so he's like one of those NPC characters, for example. But yeah, I mean, going forward, I mean, I think they're gonna give just as much love to the Galactic Republic as they have with the Separatists so far. Yeah, and I mean, even still some more Separatists potentially down the road too. So.
All right. Next one from our good friend DSP and MC3. Question: after rework, thoughts on Brood Alpha Lead Zeta? I already have the unique. Seems unnecessary with all the dispels. What do you think for our MC3 brother there?
It depends on what you're using them.
I mean,
for,
like, I want to do it, but there's other things I want to prioritize first for the Separatist faction, right? Like, B2's my last Zeta that I really need for the droid team, and then I've even been considering, Newt Gunray, Count Dooku, just to make them more survivable for their special missions. I mean, like, it sounds like, yeah, it's not something that I want to do, but it's something that I'm gonna have to do. So like, same concept for Brood Alpha. Like, if you want that team to have that extra push, it's only a 2 Zeta team. So I mean, if you're gonna make the investment, you might as well make it, right?
All right.
Yeah, but that's one of those leaderships that you don't really need it, but it's nice to have.
Yeah.
You'll need it for the Acclaim mission.
Oh yes.
Not really. Not really.
What do you mean not really?
All it does is increase the damage of Geos for the buffs on your opposing characters.
Did you see Mandalore's video? All of them gear 13, and he still didn't finish the mission. So you're gonna tell me you don't need the Zeta? You're gonna need the Zeta. You're gonna need everything. You need every ability match.
Fire everything! Someone fire a missile! Everything! Throw poop! We gotta eat
all
poop!
it does is slightly increase their damage. It doesn't add survivability.
You're gonna need
Just
everything.
saying.
You're gonna need everything, man. Just, oh my god. But I do agree that, other Zetas could be important, but God, it's hard. There's so many Zetas on the droids and the oh no, my Magna Guard's gonna die. Oh no, don't kill him, no.
The Dooku mission on day 2, like, if he's not like gear 12, he's kind of squishy, and like
he'll die.
Poked in that mission right away. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, like, he needs some kind of like health regeneration or some self-sustainable survivability, and the only one is the Zeta, like regenerating health and protection off health steal, and that protection regain every time he moves. So,
all right. Next question. Ziglet question: where do we go to test against other teams? There isn't. Oh my God! Jolie just brought all those little bastards back. Go get them, Grievous. Avenge me! Avenge me against these stupid Jedi. Avenge me! They killed our Magna Guard. Get him. Kill him. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the face! Alright, good. Alright.
We're still watching just GG, right?
Are we? Oh, I thought we'd switch off. Good catch. So let me just bring up the game.
Yeah,
footage.
I was like, oh, wait a second. You're doing all this stuff. And
I got a little distracted with that talk there, so I was like, wait a minute.
Discombobulated.
We were getting a little heated there. All right. Chiken question: how long before Tuskens beat Padme teams?
Soon, yeah.
After the Fallen Anakin event of I hope. Okay, we're okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not reading the rest of that. Shame on you, Chiken.
I was waiting for you to read it.
No, but I saw it ahead of time. I was like, oh, okay. Robert Alvarez question: on my alt account, I'm ready for CLS. Who should I be farming for the next legendary events to be ready? Oh, Revens, baby. Get them Revens. You can get CLS and the Revens? Ooh. That's where I would go. But again, this is a fun account.
13 CLS in the arena. Holy crap, he hits so hard.
I would say, if it's an alt account, go. You know what? If you're trying to just do, so here's the deal. So if it's just an alt account to have fun, then just work on whoever you like. But if you're trying to do the pillar system so you can have a more efficient, a lot of people do that throughout. So they've known the mistakes they made on their main account, so now they're going back in. You go for the Revens. But if you're just having fun, pick a team. Go have fun, man. Have fun.
I'll go for the Revens.
Nah. You do whatever you want, man. Have fun with that crap. It's an alt account. Unless you're, doing like I expressed you were doing it for, then just have some fun. Have some fun, man. No, Chiken, you're a very bad man. I'm not reading it. I don't have to read it. This is not democracy.
So ready to go kick some butt, Ranger?
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think that's the last of the questions. Yeah. Let me look one more time. Yep. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stop here. Give us about 10-15 minutes, probably 2 o'clock p.m. here. We're going to go, I'm going to set it up. We're going to head over to Twitch, and we're going to do the first round of the GAC. So that'll be a lot of fun. So join us on Twitch. If you haven't followed us on Twitch and stuff, join us on Twitch and stuff so you can come watch us for the first round of the GAC. So a lot of fun. And then tonight I'll be back 7:30 to do Battlefront 2. So if you'd like to join us for that, you can. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on the video. Subscribe if you like the content, all that good stuff. Follow us on Twitch, yada yada yada. So with that, Revenator says, nice try, Revenator.
Well, there is a bonus to what he says there. He
No,
says
no,
he
no,
really
no.
liked
He's
them.
doing
We're
it
not
so I
going
read the
to-
last part. Yeah. He's being a little
Says he
sneaky.
loved the Mace Windu lore video, which I agree it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Who will the next lore video be on? There's more to it. Nice try, Revinator. Not falling for the banana and the tailpipe trip again. So. So we're going to end it here. Give us a few minutes. I'm going to go set it up. And 2 o'clock p.m. be ready on Twitch as we get ready to do some GAC. So we'll have Xylo hanging out, Grim hanging out. We'll pick out the teams. We're going to find it's Seabass, a fellow guildie of mine. I don't think he still attacked me yet. We'll go look. He may have attacked by now. And we'll go have some fun. We'll break it down and we'll do teams. And well, Revinator, I'm sorry that I read faster. Most people can see a question like, So the only reason you got me that first time is because it's gone down to the second line, so I didn't see it because in Nightbot it links it out like this long. So I got to the end, I'm like, oh, you little bastard. So, all right. With that, thank you guys for being here. We appreciate all your support. Salute, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace out.